Hi, we're Ellie and David, and we're overlanding across Europe and Central Asia in our Land Rover Defender Yak. In this episode, we meet up with Aykun, who some of you might know from Instagram as Defender Around. We start off by driving the infamous Taş Yolu, aka Stone Road, through Karanlik Canyon. After fueling up on kebab, we then head north towards the Black Sea, where David takes on the trickiest job yet on Yak.
We've just left our camping spot and we're on our way now to go and see our friend from Instagram.
He's told us about this canyon that he's been to quite a few times, so we're going to go and explore that together. I think it's called Karanlik Canyon.
Yeah.
So really looking forward to doing that. We've got about a week left in Turkey before we get into Georgia. We think we'll be in Georgia for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, but we're not sure if the Azerbaijan border is open or not, because there's different stuff online, so we might end up being in Georgia for longer, because we know that they definitely open on the 1st, but we might be able to get in earlier, so we'll see what happens with that.
We camped in this car park last night. It was a really good spot because it was a lot less windy than yesterday. It was really sheltered, which was good. And today we're driving east towards Karanlik Canyon.
To Karanlik Canyon, that's what we're doing tomorrow, so we're going to camp up now and then meet our friend and head over there in the morning.
So we've just met our friend Aykun, and we're going to explore this canyon together.
Hello.
So Aykun was just telling us that this track took 132 years, and they carved it all out by hand, which is just crazy. How are you feeling about the drop, David?
Oh, brilliant. Love it.
Snaking along the river Euphrates with 38 tunnels, hairpin bends and 100-metre drops, the Stone Road was once deemed the most dangerous road in the world. It took 132 years to be completed and was carved out by hand. The road is now mostly used by tourists, but a handful of brave truckers still take it on.
driven the canyon now. I think we might camp there tonight, but we're back in town for now and we're looking for somewhere to eat with Aykun.
Yeah, put Starbucks coffee in it, but don't mention that.
We've just parked up in this really cool spot in the canyon with Aykun. We're going to camp here tonight, and hopefully the wind stays as calm as it is now. We've got a good water source behind us. We've got a tap and some fresh river water, and yeah, so it's nice to spend the evening here with Aykun and have some beers, and Ellie's going to cook for us.
Yeah.
Morning.
Good morning.
Where are we going today?
We are going to Erzurum today, to Narman ferry chimneys. Gonna be a epic adventure.
Just doing some morning checks before we drive to Erzurum.
You are making my water dirty.
Sorry.
So we've just pulled over, and Aykun has, well, he noticed loads of steam coming out of the front left wheel, and so I had a little look underneath, and that area around the swivel ball housing and the calipers is really wet with oil. Just messaged our friend back home, and he's told us to jack up the Land Rover because it could be the rear hub seal might have failed, so I'm going to see if the wheel bearings are gone. So I've just jacked up the Land Rover. I'm going to spin the wheel, see if there's any play, to see if it's a bearing or the hub seal. So it's spinning quite freely and smoothly. There's a fair bit of play this way. So I've just been on the phone with our friend Rob, and he's given me instructions on what we need to do. He said it's okay to drive now, we just need to keep a distance from Aykun, just because we've got some oil on the brake pads, so he said it should be fine. We just obviously be careful whilst we're driving an engine brake most of the time. I'm going to pull over in about half an hour and just see if the wheel bearings have kind of come loose at all, and see if it's got any worse. But if not, we'll carry on driving today, we'll camp tonight, and I'll attempt to do it this evening or tomorrow morning.
We're in Kemal, and Aykun's picked up some salt for his dad. Apparently it's meant to be the best salt in the world.
Yeah, salt of a lifetime.
We've just come to this tool shop to look for a 12-sided 13mm socket.
Abi bundan lazımmış. Bu farklı.
Ama o farklı değilse bu...
Bunun içi.
So we've got the socket head we need. We've got a 13mm 12-point socket head. That's to get the calipers off so we can do the rest of the job.
We've just pulled off the motorway and stopped here for the night by this river. Hopefully it won't be too windy.
Where are we going today, Ellie?
We're going to Erzurum first. We're going to get the jar kebab. It's like normal kebab, but it's like spinning on its side.
Special for this area.
Yeah, it's meant to be really good anyway.
We've made it to Erzurum. We went to the restaurant to get the jag kebab, but it was closed because of Ramadan, so Aykun's going to try and find a place where we can get it on the outskirts of the city, I think.
So we came to the other kebab place, but it's also closed because of Ramadan. It looks like everywhere's going to be closed, so I think we're going to have to go to a supermarket and get something there instead.
The second Ellie stopped recording, Aykun walked into here and realised it actually was open, just all the lights were off.
What do you think, guys?
Awesome.
I think it's definitely the best one yet, isn't it? We've had the kebab and picked up some bits from the supermarket, and now we're going to head towards Narman. It started raining really heavily, so we're just hoping this will stop before we put the tent up tonight. We'll see. We've come to see the ferry chimneys at Narman, but we can't find a way in. Aykun said last time he was here you could just drive in over there, but it looks like they've built this new building since then and kind of blocked it all off to cars, so we might just be walking in.
Also used to be able to drive up and camp around there apparently. So he's just going to go and have a chat with them and see if we can drive it.
Torma.
And we've got permission to go onto the land and park by the rocks and camp tonight. And Aykun's given Ellie the special privilege of filming us as we go in. It's quite soft again. It's rained the last couple of days, so hopefully we don't get stuck because we've been quite good at that recently. So Ellie's going to film us and hopefully we'll get through all right. We've got 2 Land Rovers, so we should be fine.
Do you think this will do for tonight?
I've had better. Aykun's about to come and drive Yak. He's never driven a right-hand vehicle before, so we'll see how it goes. It'll be really straightforward, but I'm going to drive his Land Rover as well and just see how it feels. He's got a Nissan engine in his, so I don't know, I think the 300 TDI might be a little bit kind of maybe more slow, but it's in low at the moment.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I just do it in second gear.
Yeah, second and third, pull away in second.
Okay. Okay.
Go as fast as you want.
Okay, and follow us.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. What's happening?
How does it feel?
Like the right way is this way. I'm kidding, I just feel weird, but I can do it, I guess.
Does it feel slower?
I didn't want to push it because it's so cold right now.
Yeah.
Actually, everything is harder than me in here, you know.
Okay.
Clutch, the brake, I just didn't press it, but the gas pedal is also hard. How are you feeling, man?
Yeah, it's good.
Is it soft, right?
Yeah, how does Yak feel?
You know, it's fine. It's pedals are so hard.
Yeah. It's quite stiff.
Yeah. Mine is quite soft.
What do you think? You want to swap?
It's good to be home. It's good. It's got a lot less room than I do here. I know Defender's kind of naturally you're just a bit more squeezed, but I had have a lot more room in this. But yeah, it's good. Had a lot of poke. We just didn't high first. Kind of wanted more. I don't know if he uses low much, but yeah, it was really good fun.
Where are we off to now?
We're off to the Rainbow Mountain, I think. He's not entirely sure where we're going. He knows the town, but he doesn't know where the mountain is, but I feel like if there's a Rainbow Mountain, it'll be fairly obvious. The slope that we came down yesterday was really soft, and obviously going down it was fine, but it's rained quite a lot overnight, so I don't know whether that means it'll be easier to get up because the softer bits will be washed away, or whether it's going to be really slippy and impossible to get out. But with 2 Land Rovers we should be alright, but we're both down here, so that might be an issue.
He's got a winch, so we'll be fine. Easy. Well done, Yak.
So we've just jet washed the Land Rover, and the guy that worked.
You've got some mud on your face.
The guy that works here kind of offered to do it for us towards the end and take the hose, and I was kind of trying to say no because there are lots of obviously gaps everywhere that I'm very aware of. He ended up doing it, so now we've got water coming through the bulkhead, dripping kind of down behind the dash, coming in through the door, so everywhere's a bit wet inside, but that's fine, we're clean now.
We've just come to see the Rainbow Mountain and we sent the drone up for a bit to try and get a view from above. It's really cool. Worried this one is just going into someone's farm.
So we're heading off towards the Black Sea now, towards the Georgian border. It's our last moment with Aykun. He's been with us for 3 or 4 days, been showing us around. We're really going to miss him. But we'll be back in July.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And we'll meet again.
Yeah. Nice to meet you guys. You're welcome.
And it's just crazy, the haze everywhere. We're not really sure where it's coming from.
The Black Sea is 100 metres that way. I don't think you'll be able to see even if the trucks weren't there. We're about 20 minutes from the Georgian border here. We're camping up in the hills tonight. We're not going to cross over for maybe a couple of days because I've got to try and do the oil seal. So we're going to spend a couple of days in this spot.
So the Black Sea is over there somewhere. We're just driving to our camping spot and we've driven past this abandoned barn, so we're thinking that David can maybe do the job tomorrow morning in that barn.
It's supposed to be raining tomorrow. That was one of the issues of maybe not being able to get it done, but if it's dry, we've got loads of cover, it's really big, might be perfect. We're going up this lane to our camp now. It looks very overgrown. I don't think anyone comes up it, so I don't think it will be an issue using the barn.
So that farm was just covering the tracks that we needed to go up to get towards the camping spot, so we're going to try and find somewhere else now. We're above the fog line now.
The police just came and were talking to us.
That was loud.
And it's happened quite a lot in Turkey. You know, they just want to know really what you're doing, just interested. But they were also saying it's not safe, and they were trying to translate. And then one of the policemen said there are like bears and boars around. And last night Ellie was getting ready for bed, and she said she heard something up in the bush. And I was like, oh, it's nothing, don't worry. But could well have been a bear, maybe, I don't know. But he was saying that bears, they can come and they can do that. And so I don't know if we're safe here now. One of the police officers also said, do you have a pistol for the protection? We said, no. And he went, problem. Just off into the local town to see if we can find a tarpaulin or a bed sheet to put under the Land Rover whilst I do the job. We also need to maybe find axle stands or something just to prop underneath, because we've only got a bottle jack and a high lift jack, so I don't know how safe that is doing this job. So I've just bought a tarpaulin. It's 3 by 3 meters. It's a bit bigger than we need, but it's the smallest they had, and I don't know where I put it, but a wire brush as well for when I do the brake pads, because the rear ones need doing. So we're going to go back to the barn now and hopefully get this all done today. Went back in to get a tape measure because I kind of need it for this job anyway. They had so much stuff in there, impact drivers, drills, and it's all a lot cheaper than the UK. So I was really tempted to buy a load of stuff, but can't really afford it anyway. So just about to get started. Got all my tools ready. Got a lovely workspace. Gonna jack the Land Rover up now. We shouldn't need it, but we've got our friend and mechanic back home on standby in case anything goes wrong. So just gonna kind of get started and see how it goes. So I've chocked all of the wheels. I've got stuff ready to push under the axle, under the diff guard after I've jacked it up. I'm going to start by taking the wheel off, taking the calipers off and hanging them out of the way, and then carry on with the rest. I'm going to do everything very slowly and film it so that I can work my way back as well, just in case I get a little bit lost. Ellie's editing away in the passenger seat. Hopefully she's safe there. Should be fine. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. So I've taken the wheel off and I've done the bolts from behind the caliper and hung that out of the way. Next I've got to take the little rubber cap off. I'm going to take the circlip off and do the flange bolts, and then I can get to the seal and everything else behind there. I'm struggling a little bit to get the spacers off. I don't want to go too hard and shear anything or make it roll forward off the jack. So I thought about getting Ellie to put her foot on the brake pedal to try and get the spacer off. And our mechanic back home, Rob, has just said that that's probably the best way to do it. So now I need to get the caliper back on and get Ellie to do that so I can get the spacer off. So I've taken the rubber cap off, taken the circlip off, and I'm going to take these flange bolts off now and then pull the flange out. So I've stripped the hub back a little bit, and you can already see there's a lot of oil in there, so I think it is the seal that's broken. So I'm going to carry on. I need to take the bearings out and do all of that and then put it back together. It's all gone okay so far, so hopefully it carries on that way. So we've managed to get all the bearings out, realised that one of the bearings is gone, so we need to put new ones in. So we also need to put new racers in. So I'm trying to knock them out of the hub now, but I've been trying for about 45 minutes and I can't seem to get them out. So not entirely sure what to do. I've managed to maybe move them maybe like a millimetre. So need to get them out before we can get the new bearings in. It's getting dark now and I've still got to reassemble it all. So I don't really know what to do at the moment. So I've managed to get one of them out, and now I'm trying to just get the second one out and then hopefully be able to get everything back together before it gets dark. Yes!
Yay! Well done.
Now we're halfway through the job.
Have a little break.
Need a drink.
Highlight of the trip so far?
Oh yeah. I'm very thankful to be in this barn though. The rain's just been horrific for the past hour or so. It's nice to have shelter to do the job. Still going. So been working now for about 6 or 7 hours. We've just got the spacers to put back on in the calipers, and then hopefully everything's fine. Just need to give it a little road test to check that the bearings all seated correctly, but hopefully everything's done. Just need to put the wheel back on and we are finished. Hopefully when we drive it's fine. The wheels seem to be tracking fine, so I think everything's okay. So we're going to go and get some pizza to celebrate.
Officially in Georgia. It's good. Do you want to show us your sleeping position last night? There's still so much snow over the tracks.